Taiwan is a land protected by many deities. It is home to a rich tapestry of religions: Christianity, Buddhism, Taoism, Catholicism, Islam, and Judaism, among others. Despite this diversity, people here treat one another with respect and live together in peace. The author will now recount, in the first person, a friend's remarkable experience. The protagonist of this story is Zhennan Temple, Zhennan Gong in Shenkende District, New Taipei City, colloquially known as the Stone Mazu Temple. Shenkende's old name was Zhanying, so called because it is encircled by mountains that form a basin-like hollow. At Zhennan Temple, the principal object of veneration is a massive boulder whose weathered shape resembles the sea goddess Mazu. The stone effigy itself is over a century old, and the surrounding walls are built of square stone blocks. Stone Mazu has become the most distinctive temple in Shenkende district. It is said that a century ago, a cowherd boy urinated on a naturally formed stone effigy of Mazu and soon found himself unable to walk properly. His parents hurried to the stone to offer apologies. A kind-hearted man then built a small thatched shrine to enshrine the stone Mazu, vowing to rebuild it properly once he became prosperous. Sure enough, he later made his fortune, rebuilt the temple, and engaged a specialist to define and consecrate the stone Mazu's facial features, a rite known as opening the face. Thus, Shuinan Temple, the former name of Zhennan Temple, was officially established. The temple's most distinctive feature is that the main deity, the stone Mazu, together with the altar and the two flanking stone pillars, are all one and the same continuous boulder. It is about 1.05 meters long and shaped like a crane, so locals revere it as the White Crane Immortal Master. Besides Zhennan Temple, the Stone Mazu Temple, there is a stone stair trail with about 384 steps. Along the path, you'll find a Stone Mazu Road stela, recording the route, as well as a plaque explaining the history of the trail's construction. The walkway winds through lush green hills, and from the plaza in front of the Stone Mazu Temple you can take in a panoramic view of Shenkende district. My father-in-law was admitted to a private hospital due to illness on a Saturday night. After my wife and I visited him and returned home, we immediately asked a highly accomplished Shiji, a senior female Taoist practitioner, to use a Taoist technique known as remote viewing to examine the hospital's feng shui and surrounding geographical environment. Senior sister immediately urged me to have my father-in-law live, saying the feng shui of that place was not suitable for him. I relayed her message to my wife at once, but her family did not believe in geomancy feng shui. 2 days later, I woke up to a sudden inner voice saying, "Today you must move your father-in-law out of that hospital." I immediately called my wife's younger brother. He didn't seem to sense anything in particular, he just acknowledged me and hung up. Later he told me that right after ending my call, he received a call from the hospital saying our father-in-law was failing and had to be transferred to National Taiwan University Hospital at once. At National Taiwan University Hospital, my father-in-law fell into a coma and had to rely on ECMO, extracorporeal membrane oxygenation, to breathe, also known more broadly as ECLS, extracorporeal life support, which includes ECMO and related techniques. It turned out that his lung had developed a hole. My father-in-law used to be a highly skilled carpenter. He had the habit of keeping a cigarette between his lips while working, and years of smoking left his lungs fragile, especially when he was physically weakened and then hospitalized. During roughly 2 months at National Taiwan University Hospital, my father-in-law remained in a coma. The hospital asked the family to sign a do not resuscitate DNR consent. His 2 sons are very devoted. Seeing their father unconscious for so long left them in low spirits. Even after providing him with the best medications and equipment available, there was still no sign of improvement, and they had run out of options. After some thought, they went to the stone Mazu temple. Accompanied by senior sister Chang, who can commune with Mazu, they stood before the deity and asked the first question, whether Mazu was willing to save their father. The elder son threw 12 Jiaobei divination blocks onto the ground. Immediately, 6 landed face up and 6 face down, like tossing 12 coins and getting 6 heads and 6 tails. This signified 6 consecutive Shangbei favorable answers, meaning the deity was willing to help their father, a rarely seen outcome. The second question was whether a ritual ceremony needed to be held. Again, 6 landed face up and 6 face down. When that first 6 up, 6 down result appeared, the elder son burst into tears, because he now knew for certain the deity was willing to save his father, showing just how filial he is. After the religious rite was completed, the hospital phoned unexpectedly one day to report that my father-in-law's vital signs had suddenly improved, and that they could take him to surgery immediately to close the large hole in his lung, because the opening was so big. The team had originally hoped to manage it with drainage, but that proved impossible, and his vitals had been too poor for an operation. Only shortly after the rite concluded did his numbers finally improve. Not long after the surgery, my father-in-law was transferred from the ICU to a regular ward, and later he woke up and eventually returned home. After he got back, he told his elder son that he had actually passed on. When a deity suddenly asked him whether he wished to come back, he said he did, and at that very moment, he woke up. This is a living, real example of a deity saving a purse. We truly ought to live humbly and mindfully, because as human beings, we are so small and so fragile. Once again, we give thanks to the compassionate Stone Mazu, who saves the suffering and relieves those in distress.